All right, y'all. Karoline Lovett called us today. And so essentially what she did was she gave us a debriefing of her thoughts and her response to our reaction for what's been going on in the since Friday. So hold on, let me stop this and restart this because I see how this is about to go. All right, she really got on here like an angry girlfriend, but I'm gonna be unbiased and give you the information, and then we gonna gossip about this. Oh, okay. All right, so she got up and she essentially said that Donald Trump has been doing well in organizing peace. She talked about how he organized several peace deals before and the way that he's handling this, and a lot of the leaders at the table at yesterday's meeting with Zelensky and crew, how a lot of those leaders commended him for what he was doing. I'll say this is interesting, especially as a marketing person, as a person who's kind of working her way into journalism. It's interesting how people can take a portion of something and make it look like something else. So she said that Donald Trump is working on the next steps, which would be getting Putin and Zelensky set up to meet. She said that Trump told her that Trump is getting a meeting set up between the two, and they're working it out. They're looking for venues like that. This is actually going to happen. And then she also responded to how people felt about what was going on in D.C. She went on about how they arrested so many different people, people who were on parole, illegal immigrants, XYZ. So just further justifying what they were doing in Washington, D.C. And she said that they've been watching the news all weekend, and she just doesn't understand how you guys are so ungrateful, because even like the people said at the meeting yesterday, like, this is the most progress that has ever been made in the Ukraine war. And honestly, that might be true. But is it real progress? Is it the illusion? Is it like Mercury retrograde progress? Does it look like it's going forward, but it's actually not going backwards? And you don't really know until it's stationed direct and shit start moving the way it's supposed to. And we won't really know until it all falls down. So there's that. And I'm going to stop and give you my opinion about this. Like, my biggest thing is, yesterday, everybody at this meeting kept saying, we need a ceasefire. We need a securities agreement before you ever meet. And Donald Trump just completely, he didn't listen to them yesterday, and he's not listening to them now. And I hope that Zelensky doesn't agree to meet unless he has some type of ceasefire, because that's his only bargaining chip. If he agrees to meet under any other terms other than you stop firing on us, bro, then we can't do it. You get what I'm saying? Because, again, that is a complete and total surrender, annihilation, finish, fatality, baby. So there's that. What else? So let me go get my water bottle. Hold on. Then she opened up to the press. So somebody asked, do you think that Trump will put boots on the ground to help Ukraine? She said no. But she said, but they followed up, do you think he'll put boots in the air? So like flight, like bombers and shit like that. She said she couldn't speak to that. Somebody asked, why did it go from a trilateral meeting to a bilateral meeting? She said because in the course of negotiations, in the course of conversation, the two leaders said that they wanted to meet with each other without Donald Trump there. So there's that, bro. Every time I come in here, it's a fucking net, bro. I'm about to do a deep clean, because what the fuck? Anyways, she said, one of the ladies asked, why do you think, because there was a leak of Donald Trump telling the French president or the French prime minister, whoever the young man was, that I think Putin wants to make a deal for me. And she said, so she asked Karoline Lovett, what makes Trump think that Putin wants to do a deal specifically for him? And Karoline Lovett responded, because he's popular and well respected all around the world. This goes out the girls all around the world. All around the world, guys. All around the world. All right. And again, I just want to bring up that no ceasefire. Like, I don't know how this is going to go, because all of those world leaders were very adamant about a ceasefire before there ever being a meeting. And I don't think Donald Trump even asked for one, because he knew Putin wasn't going to do that. And so with that, a lot of people are asking, do you even think Putin is serious? Somebody was like, do you think they'll meet in Russia? Does Putin want him to come to Russia? Because if that's the case, then Putin just playing on that boy top. I would never go to Russia. Even Donald Trump, when Putin asked Donald Trump to go to Russia, Donald Trump jumped out his skin. All right. But so Karoline Lovett did say that they're working on locations. They're looking at a lot of locations, but they said they're going to make this happen, and they're going to make it happen soon. The slums. Oh, they said in Washington, D.C., they're going where the slums. Oh, somebody asked these questions about the slums. Like, where were these slums located? Do you think that we actually got them? The focus on illegal immigrants, and she said she went on her spiel about how we're getting illegal immigrants out of here. But she didn't answer the question about beautification. Anything else? Oh, she did talk about the crime rate, and she said that they reconfigured the numbers. One thing that Karoline Lovett and the crew gonna do is reconfigure some shit. They reconfigured the numbers, and that's where they got the faulty numbers at. Crime rate is at its highest. And so, because I think they sent some more troops to Washington, D.C., outside of the, South Carolina and West Virginia troops. So somebody asked about that. But all in all, the interview was literally Karoline Lovett just talking back. She was just giving us lip because they was going after her man. And after all he's done for us, how dare you? That's literally the tone of the press conference. She had a real sassy attitude. And all I could think about was when Donald Trump was like, and I just want to shout out Karoline Lovett in those lips. Boy, no, did he say those lips or that mouth? I just want to thank Karoline Lovett in that mouth. Boy, that mouth sure can move. When Donald Trump said that, I knew what was up, boy. That boy was not talking about no fucking politics, I can tell you that. So, so there's that. But she might not be his mistress. She might just be Pawpaw, but I think this is mistress. Like, just the way that she look at him, I just be thinking. But anyways, we didn't got into my conspiracy corner. But, yeah, that press conference, it really wasn't about nothing. She was just talking back to us, giving us the lip, and then just updating us with the tea about what's going on with Russia. Like, but I will say, if this goes through, this will be monumental. But my question is, why would Putin just want to do this for him? Again, like, I feel like him and Putin got a deal. Like, they got something going on. But just what? But that's what the press conference was about. You didn't miss nothing on our call.